You wake up, not because you're refreshed, but because your phone buzzes. It's your bank app. You don't even open it right away. You already kind of know what it's going to say. You roll over, stare at the ceiling for a second, maybe scroll social media, and then finally, you tap the screen. And there it is, a number that feels disappointing, not catastrophic, not zero, just underwhelming. You start doing that mental math thing. Okay, rent's coming out in 5 days. Car payment on the 15th. Credit card minimum on Friday. Groceries, gas. You basically calculate your entire future in 30 seconds. And honestly, it feels like you're running on a treadmill. You're moving. You're working. You're tired. But you're not actually going anywhere. And what's wild is that on paper, your life doesn't even look bad. You have a job. You pay your bills. You're not homeless. But somehow, every month feels exactly the same. You tell yourself, once I make more money, things will change. But they don't. Because here's the uncomfortable truth most people never say out loud. It's not your income that's stopping you from reaching your first $100,000. It's what you keep doing with the money you already have. Pause for a second. Think about how many mornings you've started exactly like this. Same routine, same anxiety, same quiet disappointment. You don't even feel dramatic about it anymore. It's just normal. And that's the scary part. You've spent years obsessing over money psychology, personal finance, and why some people seem to build wealth almost effortlessly while others stay stuck no matter how hard they work. And the more you study it, the clearer it becomes. Success isn't about intelligence. It's about behavior. So if you want your first $100,000, you have to stop doing this. The real problem. You probably think your problem is that you don't make enough. That's what everyone thinks. But most people don't have an income problem. They have a leaking bucket problem. Imagine trying to fill a bucket with water while there's a hole in the bottom. You can pour faster. You can get a bigger hose. You can even pray. But if you don't fix the hole, you're staying empty. That's your finances right now. Every paycheck comes in and immediately disappears. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your money already has assignments. Rent, subscriptions, DoorDash, Amazon, impulse buys, convenient spending, tiny leaks everywhere. You don't feel rich because you never actually keep anything. And the scary part, most people never notice. They just assume that's how adulthood feels. You ever notice how money leaves your account in weird little chunks? $12 here, $38 there, $7.99 for some app you forgot you even had. It doesn't feel dangerous. It feels harmless. But save that over months. That's thousands of dollars. That's your emergency fund. That's your investment account. That's half your future $100,000. Gone quietly. And this is where the first big mistake lives. Stop treating leftover money like savings. This is the habit. This is the thing you have to stop. You treat saving like something you do with whatever's left over. If there's money at the end of the month, you save it. If there isn't, oh well, next month. But next month never comes. Because there's always something. A birthday, a tire, a random expense that wasn't planned. So saving becomes optional. And optional means inconsistent. And inconsistent means broke. Let me say that again, slower. You don't save what's left. You spend what's left. That one sentence explains why most people never hit $100,000. Because wealth isn't built from leftovers. It's built from priorities. Your brain is wired for now, not later. Now feels real. Later feels imaginary. So when you tell yourself, I'll save after this month, your brain hears, not today. And tomorrow never comes. Why $100,000 feels impossible. Let's talk about the number itself for a second. $100,000. It sounds massive, unreachable, like something only rich people have. But here's the math nobody shows you. If you save $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. In 10 years, that's $60,000 without investing. Add basic investing. You're over $100,000. That's it. No lottery, no inheritance, just consistency. But consistency requires structure, and structure requires discipline, and discipline requires saying no. This is where most people quit, because they don't lose motivation. They lose comfort. Picture yourself standing in the grocery aisle. You grab the name brand item even though the generic is right there. It's only $3, but that's the decision. That moment. Repeated thousands of times. Wealth isn't built in dramatic moments. It's built in boring ones. Stop doing this. If you want $100,000, you don't have an income problem. You have a focus problem. Right now, your attention is being sold in tiny pieces. 5 seconds here, 10 seconds there. One notification, one vibration, one quick scroll, and you don't even notice it happening. You wake up. Before your feet touch the floor, your phone lights up, messages, missed calls, trending videos, other people living their lives. Your brain hasn't even powered on yet, and you've already handed control away. Every distraction costs you momentum, every interruption resets your thinking, and every reset pushes your goals further away. Because money doesn't come from being busy. Money comes from deep, uncomfortable focus. The kind of focus where the room feels silent. The kind where you stare at the wall for a minute before typing. The kind where you feel bored, then frustrated, then suddenly locked in. Most people never reach that state. They live in shallow work, half working, half scrolling, half listening. They answer emails while watching videos. They multitask. They start projects they never finish. They switch tasks every 10 minutes. At the end of the day, they feel tired, but nothing important moves forward. It feels productive, but it isn't. It's movement without momentum. Let me say something that might sting. If you're under $100,000 right now, there's a good chance you're spending your best mental hours on things that don't pay. You wake up, you scroll, you reply to messages, you check social media just for a second. One video becomes 3. 3 become 10. Suddenly 30 minutes are gone. Then emails, then errands. Then someone needs something. Then life happens. And by the time you finally sit down to work on your dream, your energy is gone. Your creativity is gone. Your discipline is gone. High earners protect their mornings like a vault. No scrolling, no gossip, no random browsing. They wake up and immediately attack one thing that moves money. Writing, building, selling, learning, creating. One high leverage task, not 10, 1. Because one powerful action beats 20 weak ones. You keep waiting until you feel ready. Ready to start, ready to launch, ready to apply. But readiness is fake. Nobody feels ready. You feel behind. You feel like everyone else knows something you don't. Confidence doesn't arrive first. Action comes first. Confidence follows later. Every person making real money once stared at a blank screen, once doubted themselves, once compared their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. They had nights lying in bed wondering if they were wasting time. They had moments checking their bank account hoping numbers magically changed. They had days where nothing worked. They moved anyway. And deep down, you already know what you should be doing. You just haven't done it consistently. Stop romanticizing struggle. Being broke isn't noble. Being stressed isn't impressive. Being busy without progress isn't hustle. It's confusion. Grinding without direction just makes you tired. You're allowed to want stability. You're allowed to want money. You're allowed to want a better life. Ask yourself, what did I do today that actually creates income? Not motivation, not planning, not organizing. Income. If the answer makes your stomach tighten, good. That's clarity. Let's talk environment, because your surroundings quietly program your future. Who do you talk to every day? What do they complain about? What do they believe is realistic? If you're around people who accept mediocrity, you'll start accepting it too. If you're around people who blame everything, you'll start blaming. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your environment. That means changing inputs, different content, different conversations, different standards. Protect what enters your mind, because what enters your mind becomes your decisions, and your decisions become your life. Now listen, $100,000 isn't special. It's structured. $8,333 a month, $1,923 a week, about $274 a day. That's it. Not magic, not luck. Solve a problem. Offer a solution. Charge for it. Improve. Repeat. Most people quit before the repeat. They choose comfort. Comfort tells you to scroll. Comfort tells you to wait. Comfort tells you tomorrow is fine. Comfort tells you you're doing enough. Growth feels uncomfortable. Growth feels lonely. Growth feels uncertain. But growth pays. Picture this. Late night. Room quiet. Everyone else asleep. You're sitting there thinking about your future. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into weeks. Weeks turn into years. Don't let that be your story. So here's your reminder. Stop waiting. Stop distracting yourself. Stop shrinking your potential. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You need discipline, consistency, courage. Because $100,000 isn't reserved for lucky people. It's reserved for people who decide and refuse to quit. This is where everything changes. Right now. This is the moment most people tune out. They nod. They agree. They feel inspired. Then they go back to their old habits. Don't be that person. Because this isn't just another video. This is a mirror. And what you do after this ends matters more than everything you just heard. You don't need another motivational clip. You don't need another productivity hack. You don't need another someday. You need a decision. Not next week. Not next month. Today. Look at your life. Really look. Are you proud of your routines? Are you proud of how you spend your time? Are you proud of how hard you push when nobody's watching? If the answer makes you uncomfortable, good. That's growth knocking. Your future isn't built in big moments. It's built in quiet ones, early mornings, late nights, the days you don't feel like showing up, the days nothing works, the days nobody notices. That's where discipline is born. You don't become successful when money shows up. Money shows up when you become disciplined, when you keep promises to yourself, when you stop quitting on hard days, when you do the work, even when motivation disappears. That's the real flex. Let me tell you something powerful. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be fearless. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need momentum, tiny wins, daily action, relentless consistency. That's how ordinary people build extraordinary lives. And here's the truth most won't tell you. You are closer than you think. Closer than last year. Closer than yesterday. But only if you stop sabotaging yourself. Only if you stop choosing comfort. Only if you stop waiting for confidence. 1 year from now, you'll be in one of two places. Same routines, same excuses, same bank account, or new habits, new discipline, new income, new version of you. That choice is being made right now.